Why I
What in the butt?
Excuse me. Line, please.
Like, that was grace from God. I'm telling you again. Like, we're fighting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, eavesdroppers. Welcome back to our circle. We're your queen bees. I'm Kim.
And I'm Beverly.
And you're listening to Without a Clique podcast.
Give it up for the set. Give it up for the set change. Yeah. Thank you.
Just as it looks informal, it's going to be super informal, but that's like the fun part about it. Twin, do you want to tell them what it is?
Yes. What is this? Excuse me. Line, please. This is girl talk, I guess.
It is.
It's like a summer party. It's like a sleepover. I'm assuming you're already in your PJs in bed, snacking. So you're set. Eavesdroppers. Yeah, we're on that wavelength.
We see each other.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to sit here and conversate and have girl talk with you guys. And it's really different from our other series because those are more of like research and, more professional. But this one's kind of like laid back. You can let your hair down, put it up in a bun, wear a hair mask, a face mask, whatever you want.
Whatever you
We're just
want.
going to chat. Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you eavesdroppers had an excellent weekend because we and you, we're about to have a chat. Welcome back to Without a Clique. We're your hosts. Wait, we already said that, didn't we? Let's get into this. But before we do, very shameless plug. Like, I have no shame at all. We have 2 other series on our channels that I think you guys would like. We have a series doing feminine archetypes. We just posted the maiden episode, I believe. And we also have a series that we do every Saturday called Messy Media Saturday, where we catch you up on all the messy stuff that has happened in the media, whether that's TV shows, Hollywood, social media. We got you covered every Saturday. Come back here. You can even wear these same PJs if you want. Woman, let me be your woman. I can be your woman. Also, eavesdroppers, I'm just gonna sneak this in real quick. Come here. Come closer. If you have a short attention span, you should go over to TikTok and give us a follow there. Then you can watch all of our content in little bite-sized pieces. You imbeciles. All right, let's get it started.
Not you imbecile.
I'm just kidding. You guys aren't imbeciles. Probably just have ADHD.
I'm not. You are.
You just call me an imbecile? Witness this? Did y'all witness
you. This? Damn.
Why I
Oh my God, I miss you.
Why you gotta make it sad? Now we're crying in the club.
Just in my feelings. I am on my period, okay? Just give me a little bit of leeway.
You can't say that on television. We're gonna get censored.
Sorry.
What are we gonna title this?
What in the butt?
We're gonna take us off the air. We're gonna lose our funding.
1, 2.
I burn everything. So twin, how's life been? What's been going on? What are you obsessed with? What do you hate right now? What is irritating you? Just give me everything. I want to know.
Life's been good. I've been trying more recently to be present in the moment. And I think that once I realized how to do that, I realized how much that I don't do it. And it kind of really takes the joy out of the day. So anytime that I'm doing anything, I try to be present in that moment without having the distractions like in my head of worriness, because I'm a worry freak. I'm obsessed with tennis. Mm-hmm. So I used to play as a little girl and I stopped. And then for Christmas, I got a set of pink tennis balls and a racket. And at first I thought it would just be like a cute little hobby, but now I'm actually interested in learning like the technicalities, how to play competitively at least once in my life. So I've been focusing on doing that a lot more and trying to get better. The only thing that irritates me at the moment is, I don't know, that's a hard one. I think just expectancy, what I expect out of myself, where I expect that I should be versus where I actually am in life. And maybe just like the pressures of expectancy that life and society puts on us as young women, as people in our 20s, and just like a career. It really gets to me whenever I feel like I should be somewhere that I'm not, and I can't be content in the place that I am, even if I know that I'm growing. It's really hard to accept sometimes.
That was really deep. It was a lot deeper than my answer. was going to be.
What about you?
But before we get to me, I got to go back and retrace some things. Love tennis also. I played once, but it was the child, so I don't know if that counts. It was still fun. I could wear a skirt and it was appropriate for the sport. Love that. Love that.
Love that.
Tennis fashion is unbeatable when it comes to sports. Perfecto. Do you know they have Chanel tennis balls and like Chanel tennis rackets?
Not.
They do. I think it was a part of their collection. Eavesdroppers, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me, not collect me. Please do not come collect me from my house.
Do not come collect her.
It's a crazy world we live in.
I think I would have it like in a collection, but I would never use it.
Mm-hmm. Like any good summer party. I'm gonna talk about who I'm crushing on right now. Oscar Isaac. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. Next question. What did I ask you? You
asked me, what do I love? What am I into? And what irritates me at the moment?
What do I love? Right now, 20, you already know I'm about to say, I love Pilates. In fact, please hold while we transfer your call. I got this Pilates bar. Twin already knows I talk about Pilates all day because it's so transformative. I couldn't afford a $4,000 reformer machine, which by the way, Kylie Jenner has like 6 of those at her house. What's 6 times 4? Is that 24,000? It's like a no joke. But I'm obsessed with it and I love it. That's what I'm really into.
She literally does it like every day.
It's true. And I've gotten so strong. I would say I'm really into Moon Knight right now. It's a new series on Disney Plus. There's only 2 episodes out. Episode 3 comes out, or by the time this video comes out, it would have came out yesterday. I'm really into it. So that's what I'm into. Would you
disown me if I told you I didn't know who that was?
Absolutely not. Actually, yes, I will disown you. I didn't even realize what you just said. He's one of the biggest actors right now. That's like not knowing who Leonardo DiCaprio is.
Did you know who? I had to think. You know, I'm really not good with names. I do know who Leonardo DiCaprio is. I don't know who Oscar Isaac is, but I will know after this is finished.
And then something that has been annoying me lately, a lot of things have been annoying me, but I think the thing that is annoying me the most is, do you know when you finish a really good series and you try to find something else to watch, but nothing is living up to what you just watched and you've already watched that series, so you don't want to watch it again? That's what I'm going through right now and I'm very annoyed.
Yes, although with me, I would watch it again. So,
and again and again?
That's just the difference. Yeah. Actually, I think that's my problem. That's why I don't know when new shows come out, because I'm too busy watching the old shows that came out 5 years ago for the 10th time.
Normally in time periods like this, when I just finished a really good series and I can't find anything to live up to it, that's when I start going back and rewatching old stuff.
Yeah, I'm rewatching Gossip Girl right now. I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, my favorite thing to do is, even though I've seen it like so many times, I try to find things that I didn't catch the first few times I watched it. And interesting enough, it happened.
Yeah, it does. Actually, you know what? Let's take a minute and simmer in Gossip Girl for a second. Let's hop in with the vegetables because I have some thoughts about Gossip Girl, the OG and the new one. So, number 1. What's his name? Dan Humphrey. If you go back and rewatch the series front to back, that man was crazy. He was crazy. And it doesn't make sense. The ending doesn't make sense.
Like, I wasn't even the first one to notice he was like, this is where Joe was created from. And I was like, no, it wasn't. Yes, it is. Joe was created from Gossip Girl. Like, if you guys don't believe us, go back and intricately watch it. If you have watched You, then go back and watch it. Oof. Dan was crazy. They could have not brought Vanessa in either.
Oh, Vanessa pissed me off because she was until I think that one girl that Chuck was messing with, but that was way down a couple of seasons. She was like the closest thing to a Black character we had on that show. And she annoyed me so bad. I hated her. I feel like that show hate crimed me.
I feel like it too. And her hair, and I'm not saying this like in a judgmental way, it's in a, they could have done better with the Black representation. Her hair in some of those scenes, her clothes in some of those scenes, it was like Black skater girl gone wrong / emo / I don't even know. It was horrible to the point where it makes me hate her character. And that's sad. Well, one, I didn't like her character because the only thing she ever did was have an opinion about who Dan was dating, how much money Dan had when Lily got with Rufus. Like, she never really had anything going on for herself.
But can we talk about, oops, I almost just flashed everyone. Can we talk about how I think people may be getting a little too comfortable on TikTok these days? I saw someone on TikTok crying, tears, real tears, snot dripping from their nostrils because they were not invited to the Kardashians' new premiere party. I think I talked about this a little bit in the Messy Media Saturday that we did, the first episode we did. I mean, crying because she said, oh, you know, all I do is talk about the Kardashians day in and day out, and you're going to invite, baby, keep it to yourself. What if you were on the list for next year?
Please? Right. I said, please keep it to yourself. How embarrassing, first of all.
It is embarrassing.
For yourself, to even put yourself in that situation. Like, why wouldn't you work that much harder to get to where you want to be instead of crying for sympathy to sympathize your way into a room that you want to be invited in? I wouldn't want to be invited because they felt sorry for me. Like, what's happening here?
I can't even put the clip up because she deleted it very quickly. I think there was another creator, she's a little bit bigger, who was also upset she wasn't invited, but hers was like a normal kind of complaint. This other girl, that was something different. That was something
And I think that's insane. Like, first of all, the entitlement. Second of all, unless you had a reason to contractually be invited, it's one thing to be disappointed and upset. It's another thing to be hysterical crying like you belonged in a room that you weren't welcomed in. Maybe that's why you weren't welcomed.
I don't know. I just feel like people are forgetting that it's the internet, because I see some wild things on TikTok, not just people saying things that they should probably, write in their journal and not broadcast to billions of people, but just even stuff like showing their entire house without blocking out the house numbers that are like across the street, or remembering to cut out footage that shows identifiable objects outside of a window, even if it's an apartment. And I feel like internet safety the last couple of years have just gone out the window.
I agree. I think that especially since TikTok is like a first impression kind of social media, the levels of thinking kind of like dwindle down. It's like you're not thinking about your safety and your security, but whether you have a big following or you don't, you never know when something is going to blow up. And nothing really has to blow up for someone to get a hold of your information that doesn't need to be a hold of it. That's actually really scary to think about, especially in the age that we live in, like with us women and having to worry about being like, kidnapped and everything. Sometimes we don't realize the danger we put ourselves in by like just unwillingly doing things that could be safeguarded.
Exactly. It feels like you're on TikTok, and it kind of feels like a private story sometimes. I don't think people, like you said, realize how far a video can reach or how many people might see it.
Right.
And so you're recording it thinking, I'm just gonna put this out and I only get like 3 likes on a TikTok anyway, no one's gonna see this. And then you open it up and you have 1 million views of you saying something stupid that you probably didn't even mean or don't feel anymore. And then on top of that, you got the Eiffel Tower in the background so everyone knows where you live.
Exactly. You can't, even if you go and delete it like that girl did, do you know how fast people screen grab things? Like, I think the Kardashians talk about this all the time. When they put things up that they know shouldn't be up, but it's like too late, like millions of people have already saw it. They have like screenshots, they have screen grabs. Like, that is not safe.
Like Twin said, I think we should be a little more thoughtful when posting, and that doesn't mean you don't have to post. Doesn't mean you can't do an apartment tour, but maybe like blurring out the windows or making sure that
identification placers are in the video. Like your mail isn't on the table that you're showing that you got from IKEA, and your address is on the like. Come on, we can zoom in Photoshop and everything that's available in this new age, like we have got to be a little bit more cautious when we're doing things.
There's a TikTok page, I think it's called Influencers in the Wild, because I'm sure it has came across your For You page. Basically, people send in videos that they took of influencers out and about getting content, and they kind of like make fun of them. But what I don't get is that content creation is, I think, worldwide, it's over $1 billion industry, and it is a job. A job.
It is a job.
Would you take a video making fun of a construction worker constructing a building? Oh my God, look at them doing their job. You take fun of a model for taking pictures? That's what it's like to me.
You asked me what I found irritating right now, and I said I don't know. This. Something I didn't even know would bother me. And that's super irritating to me because how just unsympathetic are we as people to make literal fun of people for, I don't know, our laughter and the world's laughter when they're actually doing things that feeds their family? Like, I think sometimes people forget what goes into content creating, or maybe you just don't know. But whether you have 1 follower or 100 million, it is a job. It is a full-time job. And if you are passionate about what it is that you're doing, whether you make it a hobby or not, a hobby is still a job because you are putting your dedication and your time into it. Why would you think that that would be okay to make fun of or just put people on blast for doing their job that's going to feed their family?
It's crazy, honestly.
It is crazy.
It is, because I would understand like maybe making fun of them, I don't know, in 2016 when influencers were really wilding out.
Yeah.
But now it's not really, I mean, most of them don't do that anymore. So I don't know. It's weird. I would never do that. I don't even feel comfortable pulling out my camera and filming someone without them knowing and just having that on my phone. Like, I don't know how people can do that like in the gym or in the store without feeling any type of way. But I don't know. Maybe my parents just raised me.
Same. I was just about to say, maybe my parents just raised me differently. Because even me like taking my camera out sometimes in public and recording like myself or something, it makes me feel odd. I would never turn the camera on someone else.
I don't know. I feel like manners aren't being taught to kids anymore or teenagers.
No, they are not.
I feel like no one cares about sympathy anymore because the world's ending. So it's all about me, me, me. And when is that going to change? Like, when is that cycle going to come around? Is that ever going to come? Was that ever a thing? Maybe not. We did have slavery, didn't we? And civil rights.
We did.
Hiroshima.
I don't think it's ever been a thing like 100%. I think maybe people were more acknowledgeable to other people's feelings at one period of time, but that has just gone completely out the door to where it's been so socially acceptable to just dismiss, disgrace, humiliate people for clout, for humor, for whatever, that is the new norm. And there's like no empathy in the world. There's no sympathy in the world. You can't even like sympathize with someone even if you disagree with them. It's you agree with me or you're on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
When did we become these people? Like we can't have a difference of opinion.
There's no like nuance anymore in conversations.
No, as much as Twin and I have in common, as much as Twin and I agree, we have differences, and not to say like we fight about them, but we don't view everything the same way, but we respect each other's opinions.
It's probably useless, like saying that to certain people, because like we mentioned before, if a girl's trip can break you down the way it breaks these friend groups down, I doubt that you're going to be able to have a nuanced disagreements with your friends. Eavesdroppers, tell us, do you allow your friends to have different points of views from you? Or is that just a no from, is that something you would drop someone over if they had a different opinion? Not like a huge differing opinion, like, oh, I don't like Black people, but I'm talking a little bit smaller than that.
Yeah. Do you guys cause it like to interfere with your friendships? Like, are you Are you guys those people that if I have a friend and you don't get along with that friend, then you expect me not to get along with that friend? Are you guys like that? Like, let us know, because if you are, I want to know why you have that mentality. I have people like that in my life, family actually, that have stopped speaking to me because I spoke to someone that they weren't speaking with. So
Me,
I want to know.
I don't like them, cut them off. Because if I don't like them, I guarantee you it's for a good reason. All right, first scenario, easy peasy. You guys are out at a bar, and every time you step away, a girl keeps coming over there and trying to talk to her, or him, even though you've already told them that's my boyfriend and they've already said they're not interested, but this girl is, or boy, not taking no for an answer. And I mean, like, they're drunk, so they're rubbing all over them. And you come back and you see that. Would you throw hands for that?
I gotta be honest, probably.
How many fists would that get? Like, what level of fist? Level 1 through 3.
If I've already warned them several times, a 3. Because now you're just being disrespectful. And I think me warning you, like, whether you're drunk or not, if I tell you to back off and he has told you to back off, that should be it. I don't like to repeat myself, okay? My mom used to say that I'm not history. I don't repeat myself. I am the same way. I hate repeating myself. So if I have to tell you something more than one time, especially something like that, now you're being disrespectful. So I gave you your way out the first 2 times that I gave you a notice. And really the second time that I told you to leave him alone, like, that was grace from God. I'm telling you again. Like, we're fighting.
That was your last life.
It is.
Now we got to put the gloves on.
Because I'm very territorial already. And that's like with friends, with family, in a relationship, I'm just a very territorial person. So if I feel like you are apprehending my territory and I told you to step off and you won't, level 3.
Wow, you out of 3,000?
What do you always say to babe? How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Listen, old man.
That's it.
All right, scenario number 2. Would you throw hands if you came home from work and you walk into your apartment and there's a girl in your bed? Your boyfriend's not there, but there's a girl in your bed. Your boyfriend comes in and he says, "Oh, this is my coworker. I just thought I'd let her sleep here because she just got kicked out of her apartment." Would you throw hands or ask questions first?
I would probably ask questions, but
what would be the first question you would ask?
Are you out of your beep, beep, beep mind? Because, okay, let me just get into this real quick. For me personally, I'm a very petty person. I'm very petty with my words, and I can be very disrespectful. And that's not to brag, but sometimes my mouth are my fists. Like, I can hurt your feelings really bad with the things that I say. So I got a lot of questions. First of all,
and she's wearing one of his shirts and his boxer shorts because all her stuff got thrown out during the move. This hasn't happened. I just made this up on the spot. So don't think I'm telling on myself, because that's not true.
Logical me, because there's 2 sides of me, and sometimes I don't know which one's gonna come out. Logical me would ask him, 1, why is she on our bed? If she's gonna sleep here, we have a couch, a spare bedroom, something. Her having access to the place where we sleep is disrespectful, and you're being disrespectful to me by allowing her to come into a threshold where she does not belong. 1. 2, if she needed clothes to wear, I would have rather you given her something out of my closet than yours, because for me to walk in and not only see her on our bed where we sleep, but her in your clothes, that is something up here is not going right. And that makes me, if you made the first mistake, I'm already looking at you like, what do you and this coworker have going on? If she's wearing your clothes, that means that she's too comfortable with you to be able to do so. Because any woman that has common sense would not put on another man's clothes knowing that you're in a home that he shares with his girlfriend, his wife, or whatever. So if you have the comfortability as a woman to be able to do that, something is going on. You would never be able to convince me otherwise. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born last night. So here's what we're going to do. She got kicked out. You got kicked out. Now, you both can go and stay somewhere else. Yeah, you're both homeless. Because how dare you disrespect me in my own home, and how dare you allow another woman to disrespect me in my home, and I come home to this. If you really cared about her having somewhere to stay, you would have addressed me, you would have called me, you would have texted me, hey, Samantha needs somewhere to stay. Are you cool with her crashing on the couch? Allow me the ability to be able to respond effectively rather than walking in a situation that's crazy and then you're gonna get crazy responses out of me. Period. Okay, I had to calm down. How many fists
would that give? Is that
I felt
3
it
level,
come out
2
of me.
level, 1 level fist? What is it?
I'm setting the whole apartment on fire.
It's a fire, lady. It's a fire, ladies and gentlemen. We got a fire.
Literally, like, you don't get to disrespect me ever. And it's bad enough that you, as my man, are disrespecting me, but you allow another woman to do it, and you guys are doing it together. You could both
choke,
die it on,
and fall on a knife.
Yeah.
All right. Last scenario: you and your boyfriend, y'all been together, or girlfriend, for 2 years. All right. He's kind of been, well, not been dropping hints, but you're suspicious that he's about to pop the question. I mean, he books your favorite restaurant. No, even better than that, he gets the chef from your favorite restaurant to come on a yacht, candlelight dinner, right? Y'all are dressed up, roses everywhere. You're on the boat. You feel it coming. You just know. You're like, why did the violin player just start playing? Then, bling, 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 he gets a phone call. One of his best girlfriends, who y'all met around the same time, just saying. So he's known her almost as long as he's known you, is crying. And she's like, I need you, please, please. And he, without hesitation, gets up and says, I gotta go, and leaves. He doesn't even ask her like what's going on. He just darts out of there. That's cool. He comes back, it's 2 a.m., comes into the apartment. You throwing hands? Or are you asking questions first?
I'm not gonna be at the apartment. And I'm gonna tell you why. Not to say that if a guy had a best friend that was a girl, that I wouldn't trust him with that. But if I am your woman and you have gone through these extravagant measures to do something, then I would think that you owe me a conversation before you leave of what's going on. You should have took the initiative while you were on the phone. Well, first of all, why did you feel the need to answer that phone call while we were in the middle of doing something? Okay, your phone shouldn't have been on, and unless it was your mom, if you had kids and it was your child, something. But either way, if you're going through these extravagant measures of planning something, you wouldn't let anything ruin that. The fact that you let something ruin that, and it was a phone call from somebody who was not blood related to you, I have an issue with that. My second thing is...
Can I interject before you get into the second thing?
Yes.
Just adding on to the scenario, because why not? We're in fantasy land. She's his best girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chances are she knew what was happening right then. She's probably the one that helped him set it up. So that's another layer to add to the situation.
Then, yeah, that solidifies me not being at the apartment. Because if she is your best girlfriend and she helped you set it up, that means she knows what's going on right now, which means that whatever her emergency is, she either has somebody else that can attend to her, or she knows to wait until after we're done. If she helped you set it up, then she would know that you would be unavailable. So her calling is selfishness in her own. You answering is disrespect to me, and it's selfish. So if you felt the need to answer that phone call in the middle of you doing something that you so extravagantly planned yourself, then I would heed you to ask the question or say, I'm busy right now. I'll have to call you later. If that doesn't come out of your mouth, I'm gonna be pissed off that you answered the phone call. Let's just be real. But if you redirect it while you're on the phone and you say, I can't take a phone, like, I can't come right now, you're gonna have to deal with it yourself, I might give you your respect back. If you don't ask questions and you just get off the phone and leave, I'm not gonna be pregnant.
And then when you say, wait, what's going on? What's happening? I don't know. I just gotta go. She needs me. Boom, he's gone. Leaving you on the yacht? Let's make it a yacht.
If you paid all of this money for it to go to waste, then whatever it is that you were doing wasn't true in your heart to begin with. Sometimes, no matter who that person is, you're going to have to put them on hold for things that are more prominent in your life right now. And she might be your best friend and y'all might not have a relationship going on. But if you're trying to create a relationship with me, if you're trying to create a life with me, because if you're going through all of these measures, I would think that you would be proposing to me. If we're about to embark on a lifelong journey and you can't give me the respect that I deserve as a woman who is not yet your wife, what kind of respect are you going to give me when I am your wife? You can't get into a marriage or any relationship and then start to be respectful and then start to court me. If you're not doing it from the beginning, you're not going to do it when you're in the middle of it. So I'm not at the apartment. My stuff ain't there.
Packed up.
And I don't owe you an explanation.
Kids and the
just
dog
like you didn't owe me an explanation. We're gone. Just like you didn't have an explanation for me when you left the yacht to go see Tutti Frutti. You're not gonna have an explanation when you come home. I'm not leaving you a letter. You're gonna come home and when you turn the lights on, it's gonna be empty. And I hope that is how you feel inside. And we'll never resolve it. And I will be perfectly content in that.
Well, that's it, folks. Summer party's over. You ain't got to go home, but you gotta get the hello out of here. Thank you for joining us today on our first episode of Girl Talk. I hope you enjoy the rest of our series, and I hope you check out our other 2 series. We are doing the feminine archetypes that's going on right now. We should be wrapping that up in a few weeks. And we're also doing Messy Media Saturdays every Saturday. So yeah, eavesdroppers, tell us, what would you do in those scenarios? What would your reactions be? How many fists would he get from you? 1, 2, or 3? Let me know in the comments. You can just put the fist emojis and I'll know what you're talking about.
Yes, and also leave us scenarios that you would like us to react to. If you want what our response would be, because that was fun. It got me, the one about the woman in my bed, honey, that ain't never happened to me. That got me fired up.
Already about to put on lemonade and get me a Black and Mild just based off of those scenarios.
Not a Black and Mild. So leave us comments, tag us on like posts on TikTok. If you guys make a video and tag us in it of a scenario you'd like to see, we will insert it in the clip and answer it right on spot. You'll have a first reaction.
Well, we're your hosts. I'm Beverly. That's Kim. And we are
Without a Clique podcast.
And that is the 411 on this Girl Talk. See you next week. No, actually, skirt. See you Thursday and Saturday. Meet me out front, in fact, and bring your fist because I need some lessons. Can you teach me how to fight?